Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Fearfans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy, and with me is my co-host, Nick Muley. He should be on camera any minute now. So now that we've had Shark Week coming up real soon, we decided to continuing on with shark movies, continue our Shark Month, and a lot of responding to a request that a lot of people who've been watching the podcast have made, and that is to cover the Meg, the Jason Statham film from 2018. Oh man, 5 years ago. And I remember we all saw it in theaters, Nick.
Yeah, I also want to bring up, although Shark Week is still a few weeks away, don't forget Shark Fest, however, is already on National Geographic. So they'll be running for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, I believe they put up Yep, he's invisible. Yeah, that's right, Tom. Yeah, that's his new thing. He's become invisible.
Oh yeah,
hey, Leon.
I'm having a little bit of issue with the camera. I guess it's something involving rebooting. It's been such a long time since I've used the laptop, so it's not that I have to start over everything. I think it's just I must have set the camera up at a different. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm working on it right now, so I should be on camera shortly.
Yeah. Hey, if PC is not doing well for you, just do what I did, Nick. Buy a MacBook.
No, we're always going to stick with Windows. You know that.
Right.
Nice try, though.
It's only a matter of time before you become one of us.
Nope. I'm always gonna. I'll keep the door locked on it, so I'm good.
Hello, Clark.
What's up, Clark?
Yeah, these guys just joined me last night when I was live streaming Kingdom Hearts 3. I just finally finished that game. It took like 3 weeks to get that done. But
is that
that's
right?
That's the last game of the franchise until Kingdom Hearts 4, and God knows when that's going to come out.
Yeah, only time will tell. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's Anyway, so tonight we are covering the Meg because there's the sequel that's about to come out next month. With Jason Statham reprising his role as Jonas Taylor, fighting not just a couple of Megs, but now 3 of them. And I'm guessing if it's following the book, yep. And if they're going to be following the novel series, what?
I didn't know there were going to be 3 of them this time.
I saw the trailer.
Well, I know I saw the trailer. I guess I didn't see it was 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, I guess if it's following the book, I'm guessing one of those megalodons is going to be called Angel, which I remember, like in the novel, in the book, the first book, the female megalodon gives birth to 3 pups. One of them survives and is called Angel, as in Angel of Death, and becomes the antagonist in the novel series.
I was actually thinking more or less, as crazy as it's going to sound, I actually thought it was referring to like the angel shark, like a real shark that's called the angel shark, which, well, the difference is it looks more like a ray, but still, that's my first thought. That was my first thought, actually.
Wow. That's supposed to be down in the Marianas Trench.
Of course, I'm wrong on that matter.
Oh, wait. Sarah asked me, I finished Kingdom Hearts 3? Yep. It took quite a while. It's crazy boss battle, but there was a voice star that I was not expecting, and that's Mark Hamill at the very end. And I'm just like, they got Luke Skywalker into this. Man. But yeah, Sarah, Sarah, don't fret.
I'm sorry, Don. I got to get up just for a quick sec. I'm just got to grab something here from the basement, but keep talking though, to the comments. I'll be back in just a second.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess I'll use this time to cover comments here. Let's see. Yes, I finished Kingdom Hearts 3, Sarah, but yeah, don't fret because on Thursday, I believe, 7 p.m. Thursday, 7 p.m. That's when I'm going to do. I'm going to start a whole new live stream series covering the Batman Arkham trilogy, and I'm doing this to honor the late Kevin Conroy, who had voiced Batman in the animated shows and movies. A staple of my childhood. It's just I was sad at hearing that he passed. So doing it for Kevin Conroy. So be sure to tune in for that.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I love that. I figured a lot of you would. So yeah, some people were saying I should play Spider-Man because I have the PS5, but it just feels right honoring Kevin Conroy like this. So
Right.
here, let's see. That's supposed to be down in the Mariana Trench. Yes, the megalodons have originated in the Mariana Trench from the novel and in the movie. But yeah, the Mariana Trench, for those of you who don't know, it's located in the Pacific off the coast of China and Philippines, and it's the deepest part of the Earth. It's supposed to be close to 7 miles deep, and the deepest part of that is called the Challenger Deep. And yeah, it is a dangerous place to explore because of all that the pressure and whatnot. And
Well, that's kind of almost similar to like well, what most recently happened, obviously, with the submersible. They were down 2.5 miles down into like where the Titanic sank, and that's really mostly an area where not I don't even think very many sea creatures can even survive. I mean, that's the force and weight of that. I mean, that's like 1,000,000 tons, if not even more, that it could literally crush any living organism. And that's kind of what happened in this case with the submersible.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Like going that deep does not come without its dangers. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's just, I mean, it's terrible that this happened, but we all got to remember, like going down there, there's always risk.
Absolutely.
I mean, yep, my heart goes out to those who have lost their lives, to the families of those who lost their lives.
So do I.
Yeah. And I've heard that the company is now completely ceasing all activity as far as future treks down there, the submersibles. So,
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm sure. I don't think that they're going to be doing something like that anytime soon, ever. If ever.
I don't think much of anybody's going to be doing that, let alone traveling down to the Marianas Trench.
Nope.
Sarah said that it was $250,000 per ticket.
Really?
Yeah, I think even a few YouTubers like Mr. Beast. I don't know if this is true or not, but like there was a few YouTubers that were given an opportunity to go down there. So I'm betting man.
Well,
Yeah,
perhaps
I was about to say, I'm betting they're just looking at what happened. They're just like, oh my god, like I was invited there too.
Well, perhaps the one who really was actually supposed to go. And this was not even a YouTuber, and he's been on the Travel Channel. He's been on the Science Channel, and that's Josh Gates. And Josh Gates was actually supposed to take. I don't know if it was going to be on the same ride, but he was going to shoot, I think, a documentary originally for the Titanic, I think, but something compelled him of not wanting to go on. Like, I think he said he needed a little bit more time to think it over. And of course, obviously, I've seen the interviews of him, and even he himself couldn't believe. In fact, I don't want to get on the political side, but CNN actually made a documentary about, the sinking of the submersible, and Josh Gates was featured on it. So I haven't seen it myself, but I think he obviously talks about, what probably could have happened to him had he taken that ride to that area. Not to mention, I don't know if you know this, Don, and I know a lot of people here don't know, but 10 years ago, I actually did have the opportunity of meeting Josh Gates. So we had him. It was the only time we ever had him, at least as far as I know, at a Paracon. We had him at the Chicago Ghost Conference back in 2013. So essentially, this was somebody who I now knew personally. And the fact of what happened a few weeks ago, and the fact that he was originally supposed to go down there to shoot a documentary and that he probably could have died, I pretty much would have said, I know one of those guys. I know Josh. So that's definitely a very scary feeling.
It is. It really is. My God. Going down to the Titanic and like that. And thing, another sad reality is that the Titanic is not going to be there forever. It's going to eventually decay completely over time, due to the rust and the decay, that causing all that decay.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's going to be gone eventually. I mean, it's really surprising that it's even still around, even over 100 years. I mean, already, yes, we've seen how it's rotted, and it just continues to rot to the present day. So you're absolutely right. It definitely will not be around for very much longer. All right, there we go. Now
there.
Okay,
Oh, there you go.
finally.
You've appeared. You've appeared.
Yeah. I think the problem was, like I said earlier, I guess again, I think a few days ago, I was kind of messing around with the camera settings, and I think something got screwed up the system. So that's when I kind of had to restart things.
Ah, gotcha. Oh,
Ta-da!
yeah. Yeah. So, as far as the movie, yeah, like this movie is focusing on the, like loosely basing the story on the events from the first book. And Nick, I don't know if I told you this, but I've read the first three books, the Meg, the Trench, and Meg Primal Waters. I read those books when I was in high school.
Oh, is that right? Okay, maybe you
Yeah, yeah, I
did
did
tell
books.
me, but you
I might
probably
have.
did
Yeah,
tell me, but it was I was gonna say you probably did, but it was most likely a long time ago, so I probably just
oh,
forgot, unfortunately.
oh yeah, I even did book reports on them.
Oh, is that? Oh, really? Okay, no, that's new. I didn't know anything about that.
Oh yeah, and they even back then they were in talks of making this movie. They've been trying to get the Meg, like the movie adaptations. They've been trying to get that off the ground for a couple of decades. Even back then, like there was like New Line Cinema tried to got a hold of the rights at first, but then had to give that up due to financial problems. And I'm guessing that their temporary bankruptcy that came from that flop that they've done, the Golden Compass, which they intended to make that into the next Lord of the Rings trilogy, but they
Hey,
didn't make as much. Oh,
sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. Hey, Lauren, great to see you.
yeah. But Nick, the Golden Compass didn't make as much money as they had hoped, and so trilogy got scrapped, and New Line Cinema ended up going temporarily bankrupt. So I'm guessing because of that, they had to get rid of their plans for a Meg movie. So, but
I
then
was going to
Warner.
say, I think they started trying to make a movie back in the mid '90s. I think it's been going on. It had been going on for like almost 25, over 20 years that they've been trying to make this film.
Oh yeah, for 2 decades they've been trying to get it off the ground, and then finally Warner Brothers got a hold of it, and Brian, then this is what we got, and they've had to make some changes with actors. I remember seeing a production photo of a guy with a mustache. I forgot which actor that was, but what? Oh,
Sorry,
Lauren,
no,
yeah,
I did you see that yet?
yeah, you sent it to me.
Okay,
Yes, Lauren, I believe I commented on that on your page, Lauren. Yeah, it was a great job. I liked it.
well, have you seen it actually finished though, or I see?
I thought I
Again,
saw the finished one.
okay, hang on, because that's what I'm looking for right now. I've been meaning to send that to you, and also as usual by Lauren's request, I'm actually going to show you. I'm actually going to show you how it looks now. With it has definitely a lot more detail to it. So here, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, and you'll like this. Check this out.
Let's see it. Oh yeah, yes, I remember that. I think yeah, they did add more. I think she did add more detailing to it since the last time I saw it. But
Yeah, you saw it as just when it was still in its early development. This, you know what? I actually have it right here on the bottom. This is what you saw before, or well, actually, I think this was like a second. No,
no,
I'm sorry.
that was an
This
earlier
was the
one.
first one. The first one. This was what I sent you before. She added
Yeah.
more details into the second, and then here is the official finished product.
Okay.
That's real. That's I love the art
Okay.
that
No,
she does. That's very
this is the
impressive.
one I saw. Yeah, this is the one I saw because I remember it was in color and had blood and everything.
Oh, it's okay. So you have seen this one, all right? Because I thought
Yes,
I thought you only knew about this
I
one.
mean, I told you I did.
Yeah, but
But yeah, so the stars of this film, Jason Statham, who it was fun. It was interesting to see him in a movie like this because you typically would see him in action movies such as the Fast and Furious movies, Transporter trilogy, and and also the Expendables movies. So, like
oh yeah.
oh yeah, he's big on action films. One of my favorite English actors, and so seeing him play Jonas Taylor, it was a surprising, uh, like a surprising change to as far as casting, but a change that I welcome because I like Jason Statham, and it also had Rainn Wilson, who trying to remember his character's name. Hmm. let's Norris. Yeah, he played Morris. He played Morris, the billionaire investor in this, who was responsible for the funding of Mana One, which is like the research station that a good majority of this film takes place. That and the depths below in the Marianas Trench. And yep, he played
I got
Dwight
to
in The
point
Office.
that out too. Of course, Dwight Schrute, as someone who watches The Office. I mean, I was going to say you should have said that first. Everyone remembers him, of course, as Dwight.
Yep, Dwight from The Office. And in this movie, it just felt weird seeing him in it with a completely different hairstyle and without the glasses. So
Well, you know what? Another movie that I've seen him in, which was even stranger, and this was even before he did The Office. And I think I know which you're probably going to know which movie I'm about to bring up because he was in it. He was, of course, also in House of a Thousand Corpses. I always
yep.
call it that was his pre-office appearance. Wait, what did Tom just say? Jason Statham. Yeah, he was Tom. Oh, and I got to yell, "Pickle Tom!" Got to
Yeah,
yell
I
out
know.
his name.
He's being sarcastic, but I was just pointing out the obvious. How he was in action movies, like that's what he's known for. I said that because I felt like it's a surprise seeing him in something like this. You know?
Right, right.
Yeah. And what else? Oh yeah. And seeing Rainn Wilson in this, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because his co-star in The Office, Kolinsky, he wrote and directed Quiet Place. Like
Yep.
one of my favorite modern horror films that we also did an episode on. So yeah, even comedic actors can go on to do horror films. Another example, Jordan Peele.
Another person too who
Mhm.
was also a comedian and really has been getting it and just started doing horror. Well, I don't know if this is his first ever, but most recently, Chris Rock. He was in Jigsaw.
Yep, Chris Rock and Jigsaw. Yep, that's right.
Yes, Sam.
And
That's right. Rob Zombie rocks it. Well, yeah, he rocks
and
at remakes, but it also depends which ones you're talking about.
yeah.
Oh,
And so while we're on the topic of the aquatic research station in this movie, the Mono One that Dwight from The Office had funded. Yeah, I would just like to take this opportunity to point out that a research station. Let's hold off on the comments for a second, Nick. I just want to tell you this.
I'm not even showing them. It's Slinky is actually nearby. I think she's trying to create a distraction. You know, Slinky.
That cat. But
Crazy.
so yeah, like the research stations like Mono One, as depicted in the Meg, things like facilities like that do not exist in real life. Like because I have a buddy, there's a college buddy of mine who had studied like oceans and like the ocean aquatic research. That's what I'm looking for. He studied that and he had saw this movie and told me like that there is no way anyone would be able to create a research station like this, like finding that, like he said, and I quote, that if by some divine miracle you were able to get all the right investors to even get something like this off the ground, then good luck maintaining a proper flow of funding to keep something like that operational.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Just wanted to answer this because I got a question here from Clark. If I know anything about the Goat Man, Clark,
See, to give you a little bit of insight here, he's referring to when I played Kingdom Hearts 3 yesterday, and there was a boss battle between this character that looked like he was part goat, part man, and so he was asking me if I knew anything about a goat man, but I said this is a question for Nick.
See, that's not what I was actually thinking. I was actually thinking because, believe it or not, that refers to actually two different types of cryptids that are both referred to as the Goat Man. Because you have the Maryland Goat Man in Beltsville, Maryland, and then you also have the Pope Lick Monster, which is like in nearby Louisville, Kentucky. Although it's often described more as half goat, half sheep, half man type creatures. So I wonder which Goat Man Clark is referring to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Know a few stories.
She's probably referring to she's probably referring to a Goat Man, but I'm not sure if she's referring to the Maryland or Kentucky one.
Yeah, urban myth. Yeah, I've heard it's an urban myth.
It's hard to say because again, there's two different versions of it.
Oh yeah, and so yeah, Rainn Wilson. Like I said, like he's Yeah, he's on this research station that he had. He was just going there to check out to see what his money is going to. Like with the deep sea exploration of the Marianas Trench, and they're apparently trying to uncover like a hidden ocean that is beneath that deepest part of the trench, which is covered by this what was it called, layer of hydrogen sulfide or something like that, and
Yeah.
which is keeping deep sea marine life down there, and they're trying to look for endangered or possibly extinct species of ocean life. And that's another thing and they completely made that up for this movie because nothing like that exists at the bottom of the trench. I mean, James Cameron has been down there on a solo trip, and he never saw any hydrogen sulfide layer.
I'm really surprised, honestly, and this goes back to what we were just talking about, that he actually managed to survive being that deep. Because, again, like what we were just explaining, that far deep in the ocean, very few sea creatures of any organisms can actually survive being that deep. Because, again, that's just an area of the ocean that will crush anything, that's in that area. It's just it's a very hostile, very dangerous area for anything to live in. Not just for us, but even for sea creatures. So the chances of extinct organisms or animals, or even something that could be in suspended animation, that's just entirely impossible. Maybe a million years ago may have once been inhabitable for certain types of animals that may have lived there, including maybe like a megalodon. But today, there's no possible way for anything to survive.
No. And just like it's impossible I cannot get over the impossibility of like a massive research station like that being built. I mean, basically, movies lie to you about things like that, saying that something like that can be built. So
That's
when you
what
look at movies,
everybody's saying right now.
yep, not real science. Yep, because when you look at certain movies like The Abyss, Leviathan, Deep Star Six, Deep Blue Sea, yeah, research stations don't exist like that. I'm wondering now that I'm thinking about it, what is the biggest research station in real life? Here, let me Google this.
That's a good question. While you're doing that, we got another question here. This is from Sam, which I've been meaning to say. It's definitely great to see Sam here. Have you all seen that plane-like surfer that is supposed? Oh, and by the way, I brought someone along with Michael Tom.
Hey, good to have you on here.
Awesome to be here, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's been a rough couple of weeks. I will officially announce this online right here on this show.
Okay.
It's not a good thing though. My mom has been in the hospital for the last 2.5 weeks. She's been intubated. Her COPD acted up, and her CO2 levels went through the roof. So she's been on a ventilator for the last 2 weeks or so. And they actually took the ventilator out and put it in the trach just yesterday. So,
man,
it's been a rough time. But
obviously, I mean, I know I probably said it in the BB3 TV chat, but of course, my heart goes out for her, sending prayers and support. So hopefully she'll be able to get through it.
Yeah, it's been rough on all of us.
Yes,
but she has a long road ahead of her.
Oh, really?
With recovery, yeah. I mean, even when you go from the ventilator to the trach, I mean, it makes it quicker as far as weaning off of it, but the rehab is long time. So,
if you don't mind me, I'm sorry, Don. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, Tom, that's real rough, man. I'm like Nick said, my prayers are going out to you.
I appreciate it.
If you don't mind me asking, Tom, how old's your mom?
74.
Oh, 74. Okay.
Yeah, she's up there.
It's not really that old.
I'm the youngest, so
yeah.
You see how old I look. You figure there's two more above me. So, but they look a lot younger than I do. My two older sisters. So, that's. But about this movie, I don't know if you saw my comment earlier. I said the only thing missing from this movie that would make it more Jaws would be a bunch of people, just sitting around and show me the way to go home. I'm drunk and I want to go to bed.
Yeah,
That is awesome. I love that.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry, Tom. I don't know how I missed that one. My
That's
bad.
all right. It's all right. There was a lot going on in the chat.
Yeah, but the only song that referenced, the only song that's sung in this, anything that's really do a shark movie is when Jason Statham is swimming out to tag the megalodon. He's like singing, "Just keep swimming, just keep swimming." Finding Nemo. Yeah, from Finding Nemo.
I'm Jason Statham.
So I was just going to answer this question from Sam. Have you all seen that plane like surfers that's supposed to go as fast as a sea monster like Loch Ness? I haven't seen it, but do you know what she's talking about? Or
What he's talking? I'm not sure.
it's a she.
Oh, it's a she. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, so Sam is short for Samantha. Okay, my
So
mistake.
you see Thomas, and you just automatically. I get it. I get it because you happen to have a Thomas right here.
Yeah, yeah. Sam, I do.
Yeah,
I
look,
do.
look. See, we got a.
You got a hat too with Tom's World on. I love that.
Yeah, Sam, I do apologize for that.
No, that's understandable.
I'll definitely
You know,
check it out.
Sam is an interchangeable name. You know what I mean?
She's also just a few states from where you are, Tom. Actually, she lives down in South Carolina.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
Here
South
I am,
Carolina.
yeah.
I hear they have good beaches there.
That's both North and South Carolina. That's why they call them Carolina beaches for both North and South.
We don't have good beaches here in PA,
though.
Oh,
well, although unfortunately, of course, obviously, I've heard like they're great beaches, but unfortunately, that too is not as frequent. But unfortunately, there have been shark attacks there over the years.
Oh yes,
but of course, they're rare.
Damn it.
Yeah, I've been watching those shark like documentary shows on Disney Plus. You know, like it's crazy to think that something that graphic would be on anything related to Disney, but that's what happens. But that's what happens when Disney. That's what happens when Disney owns National Geographic, and like I've been saying, it's only a matter of time before they own everything else.
And if they own National Geographic, then they got to have that guy, like that British guy. So this shark right here.
Oh, you talking about? I don't know. He's all. You're talking about the crocodile hunter. He's from
No,
Australia.
No,
he's not.
Oh, I thought that's what he was talking.
There's a British guy that does those type of things. I can't think of what his name is.
Oh wait, David Attenborough? Is that who it is?
That might be it.
That, yeah. Check this out. What Clark just said. I'm 85 and I want it. He's getting the songs mixed up now. Damn it.
Wow, he looks really good for 85 compared like with his profile picture. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, apparently he's Superman. So
yeah, well, hey.
So I know you were sharing this question.
Here, yes, I wanted to respond to Angelo here. Do you think giant monsters like Godzilla? Do you think they'll survive the strong pressure of the deepest part of the ocean? Well, I imagine Godzilla could. I mean, there's
kaiju can.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine Godzilla would hardly have any weaknesses. Oh, and Angelo, I know you've been asking me this about when we're covering Godzilla movies. We want to, but we wanted to. Here's the thing: we were thinking about waiting until 2024, this coming year, for that because it'll be the 70th anniversary of the first Godzilla movie, Gojira.
Jesus.
Gojira, yeah. Everyone always see that's the thing. I'm just gonna say this quickly because some people get mixed up with this. Everybody always thinks that Godzilla King of the Monsters, released in 1956, was the first, but in reality, it really wasn't. It was Gojira. It's just the Americanized version of it. And if you kind of look at both film versions, they almost are like two different movies, actually. So Gojira is really the first.
Yep. Yeah, they released two versions. The Japanese version, Gojira, in 1954, and there was the American version, Godzilla King of the Monsters, released 1956.
Yep. Raymond
Burr, who played the villain in Alfred Hitchcock's
Wait, what was his name in that movie?
Oh, he was known as Steve Martin in the movie.
Yeah.
Of course. In addition of Rear
I
Window,
am one wild and crazy guy.
He was also in addition to Rear Window, he was also in and this was when he was huge in the show. He was also on Perry Como, which was like at that time back in the mid to late 50s and up to the early to mid 60s. That was like the first ever show that was made as an hour-long show.
He was in Rear Window?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Jimmy Stewart?
He was the killer.
He's Jimmy Stewart.
Oh.
No, James Stewart.
I want Jimmy Stewart.
See, I know they have an underwater hotel in. How do you say this one? I
Dubai.
always-
Dubai.
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 Okay, I
Yeah.
keep messing up on that.
Yeah. Doesn't Dubai also have the tallest building?
I thought they did too. Yeah.
Yeah, I first learned about it from Mission Impossible 4. Yeah, where they filmed it there.
Now I see what Clark's saw. Okay, he's talking about the Maryland goat man. Okay, yeah.
Yes, there is, Sarah. It's going to be another King Kong versus Godzilla. It's going to be another sequel to the legendary Godzilla
Wait,
franchise.
is this the third one or the second one?
No, it's the second one.
The second Godzilla versus Kong movie, but it is the fourth film of the legendary Pictures Godzilla.
Because didn't they do that like long time ago? Like Godzilla versus King Kong, like
they did.
I mean,
They
long time ago.
That was ages
Toho
ago.
did back in the early '60s, and they were actually going to make a second one, but unfortunately, their goal was to basically have Godzilla, fight all these other well-known American monsters. But
as long as Jack Black isn't in it, then we're all right.
The ocean will be like Godzilla's bathtub. He just needs a rubber ducky. Yep, I believe the government is working on making a rubber ducky just for him right now.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Your tax dollars at work, people.
Oh, here's a comforting message from Lauren for you, Tom, for your mom.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, she's been going through a really, really rough time. It's been hard on all of us because like she wants to communicate so many things, and she's trying to play like charades and stuff, and we're like, we don't know what you're saying. I mean,
right?
You know what I mean? And some days she can write, and we can understand what she's writing, but other days she doesn't have the strength in her arms. She's been through so much in the last like 3 weeks, really, and what happened was my mom doesn't normally get up until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon as a norm, and that's been for decades. And she called me one Saturday at 7:54 a.m. and as I said, she had COPD and she was still smoking, but she got down to just like a pack a week, and she was asking me to get the cigarettes for her. And I thought, if I don't do it for her, she's going to do it on her own, which is not good. So one way or another, she was getting those cigarettes. So I figured I would do it for her. And she called me at that time to do it for her. And I said, well, I could do that for you once I get up. I said, I'm still in bed. This was like my day off. I said, I'm still in bed. She said, well, it's 7:54. I said, yeah, a.m. She said, what? I'm like, yeah, it's the morning. And then I started realizing that she wasn't speaking correctly. I said, you know what? I got to get up. I got to go there. And within like a few hours, the ambulance, my sisters came, and then the ambulance came, and she's been in that hospital for the last like 2.5 weeks. So,
oh man.
But she's getting better. There has been times where she was actually being goofy and joking around and stuff like that. So,
well, it's nice to hear that she's in good spirits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, she's my mom. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I had to get it from somewhere, right? Yeah, I got it from her and my dad.
It's probably where the pickles came from too.
Hey, listen, that sounded perverted. I'm just saying. That's not where the pickles came.
I didn't even think that way, honestly.
Wait, did somebody say something in the comments? What are you talking about?
No.
Wait.
He said that's where the pickles came from. I said, wait, that sounded perverted.
I'm a cucumber. Oh my god.
Well, they weren't cucumbers anymore after that.
Yeah,
they were pickles.
Hey, Chanel's here.
Hey, Chanel.
Hey, Chanel.
Good to
I hope
see
you're
you.
doing well. I saw your posts, and I really do hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I hope she's doing.
Oh yeah,
Chanel,
I love you. I love you. You know I love you.
Don, I know you don't really know Chanel, but you know
Well, I've seen her on here a few times.
Okay.
So,
All right then. Well, I don't know if you're friends with her on Facebook, but she too has been going through a really rough time herself. So I've been seeing
She's
her
going through the same blood cancer that my father has,
Yeah, she
multiple
has cancer.
myeloma.
Oh,
And she doesn't
Yeah.
really, if you think about it, she doesn't really, I mean, it's still far, but she actually doesn't live far from us because she lives up in Wisconsin.
But
Wisconsin.
if my dad at 74 years old, well, he's 74 now, and it was like 2016 when he went through it. If he can go through it then, she's got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She did the stem cell transplant. She did everything he did.
Real fighter, that's for sure.
And she's awesome. I love Chanel. She's a great person.
She's great. We need to meet up because I haven't seen her like in person. Because she actually came to one of our Paracons, the evil twins of pickles. She actually came out to one of our Paracons when Mike Ricksecker was doing.
I'm Cucumber Rick.
She actually came out to one of Mike Ricksecker's events, Haunted Row Media Paracon. That was the first time I got to meet her in person. So it's been a couple years. Definitely.
I never got to meet her in person, so you're one up on me.
She's great.
But I've known her for years, really. I mean, I think I got to know her from being on Ted's show, Talk with Teddy.
I remember Talk with Teddy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you remember that when he actually used to do that stuff? You know?
Yeah, I've even shown Don some of those.
Oh God,
he's been a witness to some of this stuff.
with my robot voice.
When he said that he was leaving, I was like, "What? Who the hell am I going to yell at now?"
I know.
Oh man.
And yet, this weekend he will be. I guarantee you, he will be in Gettysburg this weekend. I was supposed to be in Gettysburg this weekend, but I can't with everything going on with my mom and everything. Like I can't. There's just no way.
Unfortunately, I can't go either because I actually have another big trip coming up in August.
Well,
so
I'll tell you what. If you would have been there, that would have been the deciding factor for me to be there.
Ah, damn. Don, you and I are going to Gettysburg next year.
Yeah. Leon, you asked me if I saw the new trailer for the Wonka movie, the new Willy Wonka movie, which I'm guessing is a prequel. I haven't seen the trailers just yet.
The trailers are all over YouTube. I have not watched them yet.
I have not seen them either.
Yeah, I was too busy like uploading, finishing editing and uploading my latest reaction video today, which is another Death Battle video that was requested. It was Wolverine versus Raiden. And so because of that, I didn't get the time to do a reaction video on Wonka, but I will soon. I'm interested in seeing where that's going. So
I know I've always loved the Willy Wonka thing, and at first I didn't like what's his name,
Gene Wilder.
No, God, no! I love Gene Wilder.
Johnny Depp.
The newest one.
Johnny Depp. No. That one, Tim Burton's Willy Wonka.
Clark hasn't seen it.
What the heck is his name from like Pineapple Express and
I know oh my God, now I could see his face right now and I can't even remember his name. It's
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, Seth Rogen, right?
Seth Rogen, yeah.
No.
I'm looking it up. Maybe James Franco.
Yes.
Okay, James Franco.
When they had the version with him. Now, I will tell you, the one thing about that movie that was awesome, because it had Sam Raimi involved with it.
Ooh, okay.
Betsy Baker, Teresa Tilly, and Ellen, what's her name? From The Evil Dead. They were all in it, but it went past and you didn't even know they were there.
That's
Ellen
awesome.
Sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I, as we all know, have had the pleasure of talking to Betsy Baker and Teresa Tilly on Dom and Tom's World and on Otis's show as well, the Night of the Living Dreads. And they are just awesome people. They really are, and they were in those movies. But like, if you didn't know they were in there, you would never see them.
Right.
Yeah. And so like I've had a
good night, Sam.
Oh, good night, Sam.
Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night. So there were a few people online who like asked me who haven't seen the Meg, like what is a Meg? And it's short for the megalodon. It's an extinct species of shark that was basically history's ultimate apex predator of the waters. It grew 60 to 70 feet long, and it it had no natural enemies. It was able to take down just about anything it can munch on, whether it's whales or any kind of large deep sea life. And the megalodon, let's see, the books, the Meg series was like inspired by the idea of what if a megalodon was alive and well today, like about the kind of chaos it would bring.
What I'm going to show is an artist impression of what a megalodon actually looked like, and you'll see. Obviously, this thing was a monster. It was huge. This is what a megalodon actually was said to have looked like. It looked like, obviously, like your typical great white shark, but like 3 times bigger. And unlike the modern great white shark today, where its main prey is usually seals, you can clearly tell it had a larger meal, in this case whales.
Oh yeah.
So, and something like this, like larger turtles, I mean, holy crap, this thing was big.
Oh yeah.
You know, I remember when the movie came out, every time I saw a commercial for it, I just, in the back of my mind, I heard, "Shut up, Meg."
Here's like a diagram of how big they really were. I mean, this was, I believe, the largest shark that ever lived.
It is.
And finally, this is a photo of what supposedly was one of their teeth. And this thing was it. You've probably seen pictures of it. You probably even seen it on Shark Week, where they find these big teeth of megalodon, and these things are bigger than your own hand. I mean, imagine being in the water with something with teeth that big. I mean, if there was something that was still around the ocean, I would never go in the ocean again.
They need to have something next to it for comparative size.
If they were alive today, the oceans would be uninhabitable.
They definitely would. But check this out. It might have even been able to grab a plane.
Yeah, they actually did that in a movie. I believe it was I haven't seen the whole movie. I just saw that one clip of it. It was called Giant Shark. I think it was Giant Shark versus Mega Octopus or something like that.
There was also Super Shark.
Yeah,
that's a terrible movie.
Yeah, it was probably another sci-fi movie. I wouldn't be surprised. But
Lauren wants me to re-show that
like a giant megalodon just came up and just munched down on a plane that was flying over. I'm just like, I'm just like, wow, that's like the most over-the-top, ridiculous thing I've ever seen in a shark movie.
Yes, it's Super Shark. He develops he eats a helicopter, I think. Okay. Hey, Jeremy's in the house. Great to see you, Jeremy. Okay, it looks like looks like a shoe. What does he mean by?
I would like to see a megalodon fight a kraken.
That's actually a good theory. Like, who would win, a megalodon or a kraken?
Looks like a foot.
I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, Lauren wanted me to re-show the painting.
Here, Angela. Yes, I got the trailer. I did get that on your from Facebook earlier. So yeah, thanks for sending me that.
Did you see this earlier, Tom?
I swear to God, that dude just looks like, hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Popping up like in whack-a-mole.
Yeah. And I gotta show this what Sarah just said. Don't put it past the Sharknado people.
Hey.
Oh, Sharknado! Oh, Jesus! It's only a matter of time.
I've only ever seen the first one, and it's so bad, but it's so good, though.
You know what? I have not watched any of the Sharknado movies.
Well, what's actually really funny about it is that when you see like the sharks involved, like obviously it's like terrible CGI, but when you see like sharks like coming to swim like towards the supposed victims, you can clearly tell that it's stock footage from both Shark Week, because I'm thinking, I've seen this footage before, and like when the supposed storm comes in, like when the waves are coming in. See, fortunately for me, thanks to my knowledge and love of history, it's like older footage. It turns out that's actually footage from Hurricane Camille from 1969.
Wow. No. Well, you know what would have made me watch those movies? if Kevin Bacon was in it wearing a straw cowboy hat, then I would have watched it. I'm just saying.
And yes, it gets worse from there. Yes.
Yeah. The fourth film of that franchise has Gary Busey in it. Yeah, it's like
wow. Gary Busey. I got
plays
Gary Busey and his teeth. And
who plays who plays
laughs like
and he plays Tara Reid's dad in that. So yeah,
what's his son's name?
Because
I don't know his son's name, but out of
Jake Busey. Jake.
Yeah,
Jake
because
Busey.
Because Gary Busey and Tara Reid, they have such a striking resemblance, right?
Yeah, I know, especially with Tara Reid, with like her stuff falling off and like her boob falling out, and his big teeth, and
it's like out of everybody, Gary Busey, really, for a Sharknado movie.
Hey, listen, this is Gary Busey. I love this movie.
Oh yes, Angela. I'm sorry, I got the comments mixed up. There was someone else who sent me a trailer for Wonka. That wasn't you. That's my mistake. But yeah, I got that as well. I got that from Facebook. So yeah, I will look into that when I have the chance. I think I'll. I think I'll be able to film it tomorrow.
I saw like a brief clip, like one of the YouTube shorts, and I clicked off of it before it was over. And I swear to God, it was Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. So I don't know if that's from the new Wonka thing, but oh my God, if Hugh Grant played an Oompa Loompa.
That will be interesting to see. Check this out, what Chanel had said here. This is something interesting, that she's got teeth of Megalodon. Ooh. Made of rock, but it's huge. It's wider than a deck of cards. Yeah, they're pretty big. So she must have gotten it to the right size. You
got some huge ones, huh? Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
This right here I want to show too. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to watch. Their bite only hurts the first time. After that, you feel nothing. Just imagine if you were a pickle. Okay, there you go.
So hey, listen, I'm Pickle Rick. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I got to do it every show. Every show.
It's his trademark.
Yep.
I'm Pickle Tom. Hey. Hey, Rick. Wait.
Right. So looking at the the book and the movie, I did notice several major changes, because I thought back to like the events from the book and there were mainly the changes were made with the characters. We got they did have Jonas Taylor have an ex-wife. Only in the book her name is Maggie. In the movie her name is Lori, and in the book she was killed by the Megalodon. Yeah, in the book Maggie.
Meggie.
No, Maggie.
Or Maggie. Oh, okay. I was gonna say that was quite the coincidence.
Yep.
It was Maggie.
And the Asian woman in this film, Suyin, I believe she's supposed to be like the stand-in for Terry Tanaka from the novel series, who becomes Jonas's wife, and they have 2 kids together in the novel series. So yeah, I thought that was kind of an interesting change. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's the character DJ in this. DJ in the novel was supposed to be DJ Tanaka, Terry's ill-fated brother, who was killed by the Megalodon in the book. But they switched a whole lot around in this. Yeah, and they even switched up. They even changed the way that the Megalodons came to the surface. But here's the thing: both the Megalodons did not come to the surface in the book. There was a male and a female in the book, but the female Megalodon munched onto the male, killing it, but then used its warm blood to go through the icy layer that was keeping it down in the Marianas Trench and get to the surface. But in the movie here, when the male Megalodon charges at the downed submersible what was his name? Toshi was trapped in, then when that explosion set off a vent, like a heat vent. I mean, this is accurate. There actually are heat vents down in those in the Marianas Trench, down in those deepest parts of the oceans. Yeah, those do exist, but I'm not sure. I'd question the scientific accuracy of it. Warming up the water, that layer of water, like that much to cause the Megalodons to rise up through it and get to the surface. Yeah.
Check this out.
there's a lot of things I question the scientific accuracy in this film.
Right. Or you could just say, "Back off! This is Tom's world."
That's right. This is
That should
Tom's
be your
world, right?
tagline, Tom. But
And,
no, I mean,
like say it like Yosemite Sam.
Well, when you said that the female shark, like fed on the male in order to get the warm blood. I mean, is that even possible for something like that in real life? Or I don't even think that's.
Well, if the blood was hot enough, I'm guessing
warm blooded, yeah.
Yeah, for the bigger megalodon to go through the surface like that, and but let's see, what else was there? I did have some. There was something else. There was one other character that I did like in this. That was like an original character for the film that wasn't from the book. Her name was Jax, and she's played by actress Ruby Rose, who most people know her for her character in Orange Is the New Black, that Netflix series.
I've never watched it, but I heard of it.
I haven't watched that, but I know that Donna from that 70s show is in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was going to say, Don, you should know since you watched that show.
I did. I've seen the first season of it. I didn't get a chance to watch the rest of it because I was too busy caught up with watching Stranger Things and all the other great shows that are on there. I'm just like, that's the thing. Netflix and all these stream services, they give you it's like, I love the variety, but they give you, sometimes it feels like way too much variety to stay caught up with.
Well, there is a movie I still need to show you, Don, and Tom's going to know exactly which one. It's not a series, but it's a movie. I still need to show you that damn movie, The Burbs, with Tom Hanks in it.
That is a great movie. It really is. You got Tom Hanks, you got Bruce Dern, you got Corey Feldman.
Yep.
I mean,
and
like another like heavier set guy that you'll recognize from other sitcoms in the 90s.
I'm sure I will.
I think he was actually in Groundhog Day.
Oh, okay.
The one heavier set guy.
And it's funny you just brought that up because guess what? If you guys, well, Don, you know this. If you guys saw those pictures at that Paracon that I was at, the Woodstock Opera House, that was in Woodstock, and that's where Groundhog Day was shot.
That's
so I was just at the location of where that movie was filmed.
Nice. Oh, Nick, speaking of showing each other movies, the one that we got for next week, we got to pick the day where I got to show you it, and it's this.
Oh yes, Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be Nick
Flanders.
Yep. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the next Fearfans podcast topic for next week.
Okay.
Ned the Head, Needle Nose Ned.
And for some reason, Nick hasn't seen this yet, and I'm just like, seriously, it's been almost.
I really don't.
It's been almost 25 years now, man. How did you?
I for the life of me, I really don't know why I haven't seen it yet. I really don't. Again, I think it's just I've just been so busy with so much. But so we got two movies.
It was Neglect.
Wait, what is it?
I said neglect, and then I said, wait, it's Neglect.
Neglect. Oh my God. That's a new one. Okay. Guess what, Tom? That's now going to have to go on the list of my crazy nicknames because that list just keeps growing. There's no end to this.
Nick the Neglector.
Nick Collector.
Oh, man. Yeah, but let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, like another there a difference between in the novel. There's like much more carnage, like more like the megalodon. Once that megalodon reaches the surface, it attacks much more people. It attacked surfers on a beach. It went after Jonas's ex-wife. It caused all kinds of chaos.
Yeah,
and like I said, the book is a depiction of what happened if a megalodon was alive and well today. Right. And also the movie, it feels like the message in this movie it tries to convey is feeling the guilt you feel about not failing to save some individuals and not all of them. Like in the very beginning, like where Jonas first encounters a megalodon. I mean, it's not shown, but yeah, like a megalodon attacks a research vessel, and like Jonas was unable to save everybody, and he gets blamed for it, saying, "Oh, he was hallucinating." Like, and he was
He was
coward.
tripping balls, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And so now he goes back to it. He returns when his ex-wife and a couple of other researchers off the Mono One are trapped in a submersible at the bottom of Mariana's Trench. He goes down there to save them, but also he proves the fact that Megalodon is alive and well because they managed to see it this time. And I just love Jason Statham just saying, "I'm so glad I'm not crazy."
Jason Statham.
Yeah, and then he saves everyone. Like two of the three, he failed to save Toshi because the Megalodon was coming right at them, and he Toshi shut the airlock and sent the back up to the surface so that way they can make it while he sacrifices himself. And so, and then people get mad at people get mad at Jonas for not being able to save everyone. But yeah, here's the thing.
Listening. I'll be right back.
Okay, and
I'll be the left front. I'm just saying that.
And I wanted to say the message that they seem to have in this is like being able to live with the fact that you can't save every single person. Like this is actually the main message of The Shallows. I forgot to bring this up like when we covered The Shallows, is where Blake Lively's character Nancy, she was like really down after recently losing her mom to, I believe, cancer, and so she stopped doing her medical her medical education, and was just going up to surf to get her mind off it. But then when she encounters that great white, and she tries to save two surfers, but ends up failing at that. And it feels like the message of it is that she has to deal with that grim reality that in certain occupations, such as being a doctor, where the ultimate your main duty is to save lives, but there's the grim reality that comes with it where not every life can be saved. That's what I believe that was like one of the main messages.
What's he doing?
What?
I said, what's he doing up there?
Who, me?
Yeah, Nick. Where are you going, man?
I was actually I just realized because this is probably my last time I'm going to be showing the 4th of July lights. So I just wanted to have them all on display one last time because I'm going to be taking the stuff down later this week. So for anyone who hadn't seen it yet, I realized I forgot to turn on a few other lights. So,
Nick, did you happen to hear any of that?
Yeah, I definitely heard a lot of it.
I heard it too. Yeah. I mean, I was right here, so I was just looking up.
When I walk away, I usually will put the volume up high so I can still hear it.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like that's like the main message that this movie and also The Shallows tries to convey is that even though it is your job to save lives, not every life can be saved. That's like the grim reality that doctors and firemen and paramedics that they have to deal with every day.
Yeah.
Well, and Sarah makes a good point too, saying she's absolutely right. We went through a lot through that with COVID.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Lauren's asking, what are you drinking, Tom? That's what Lauren's asking.
I put it up. I was like, hey,
that's nice. What. Okay. Me and my disco. And yes, and Sarah's right on this too. A lot of people have PTSD because of it. That's the thing too. Like when you have like a lot of doctors out there, who try to do the best they can to try to save everybody, even though unfortunately the reality is you just can't save everyone. That really affects a lot of them, and it brings them to a lot of depression because they feel like they have failed and that they could have done something else. Because if you look at, for example, like a lot of the medical television shows that have been made over the years, like even Chicago Med or The Good Doctor or House, that deals with that kind of message that you could try your best to trying to save people, but unfortunately you just can't save everybody. I mean, that's just the reality. I mean, that's
can't save everybody, Hasselhoff.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say that, but unfortunately that's just the bottom line.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, we're able to save more lives now than we used to. That's the good news, though, because there are advances in medical treatment, so everybody has a stronger chance now than, say, 100 years ago.
Yep, and see, Sarah makes another good point. I mean, everyone dies eventually. It's just a matter of when. So
that's right.
Even if someone is going through something, unfortunately, again, it's like we all have to realize we all have to die at some point in our lives. I mean,
We
really
all
don't
meet
want
that
to-
maker.
What's that?
You know, we all meet that maker.
Yep.
Li-
Happens to all of us.
live every day to the fullest. That's what I believe in.
Exactly.
You know, for some reason, I heard when you said that, I heard Sean Connery. Live every day to the fullest. Like,
No, if
I don't know why.
If I was to sound like Sean Connery, it would be like this.
Live every day to the fullest.
And crazy thing.
I see
like,
my cut has improved your voice. Sorry, that was a Highlander reference.
Yeah, I've seen Highlander. Yeah, and crazy thing. I combine like that's like one of the two voices I use for Bane from Dark Knight Rises. I combine the voice of Sean Connery with the raspy southern voice of former President Bill Clinton.
I see my cut has improved your voice.
So,
My name is Bane. I see. Like, yeah.
so the voice of Sean Connery and the voice of Bill Clinton. Yeah. So this
I
voice
did not
and this
have
voice
sexual
combined-
relations with Monica Lewinsky. I did not have sexual
I cannot
relations with Monica Lewinsky.
I just love how you guys can do it and I can't.
So basically, what I'm saying. So basically, what I'm trying. So basically, what I'm saying is
sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
You were saying, Don?
Yeah. So basically, with this voice and this voice combined, and you got yourself a lovely, lovely voice.
And then you get Sean Connery.
Oh my God.
I see my cut has
This is-
improved your voice.
That sounds like a male valley girl.
Yeah. So I swear, for the last 11 years, my cousins, ever since we saw Dark Knight Rises, like all the time, my cousins were asking me, "So how's your Bane voice done?" And I would tell them, "As good as always."
I see. My voice is just as good as the next voice, and my name is Bane.
Oh God, man, you guys are making my ribs hurt. Damn it! And now Lauren,
I'd
check
use a
this out,
candle
Lauren
for that.
just said, all you need to do now is John Travolta dance move and say a
What? Where?
talk about
Oh
Saturday
my
Night
God.
Fever.
Wait, I need a can of paint to do that.
Oh my God, Lauren! He also didn't suck. He blew.
Oh my God.
Well, listen, some people. Look, I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not,
Yeah. I don't know if I'm honest see, I'll tell you right now, when people make me laugh this hard, I'm almost scared to death of passing out.
Oh my God.
it still blows my mind that my hair is longer than yours now.
Yeah.
Well, it'll grow
So,
back. It's
Like,
starting.
I mean,
that would
look
be
look at
that,
this.
that would be a first for this podcast. Somebody passing out.
Well, you know what? There was on Supernatural Talk. I did almost fall out of the chair.
My name is
Oh.
Norman Reedus.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. You kind
Yeah.
of do like, you know what? You
He-
kind of
he
do look like
does.
Norman Reedus. Doesn't
Yeah.
he, Don?
He does
Oh
kind of.
my
Yeah.
God. Oh,
I need a crossbow.
yeah,
Oh,
where's
wait, I
the
lost my earbud.
crossbow?
Yes.
You need that.
Here, I'll get one off my wall back there.
Wait, here we go.
You have one? Seriously?
No,
Yeah, I got it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn it.
I wish
That
I
was
did.
Perfect.
I've never had a crossbow before ever. Yeah, I've never,
Is that even legal to carry, honestly, a crossbow?
around here.
Oh, wait.
Not likely.
Now I'm Ed Grimley.
But
Oh my
no,
God.
seriously, are they actually legal to carry? I mean,
I would doubt it around here.
You
Okay,
guys
'cause
probably
I
don't
was
even
gonna
know who
say-
Ed Grimley is.
I mean, carrying one in your bare hands, yeah, like around here, yeah, I doubt it. But if you were to, like, say, go out and lay on the sticks and go hunting, that's a different story.
yeah.
Yeah, me, I personally don't go hunting, so I wouldn't really know. I'm the worst person to ask about that.
Well, in the park that I work at, well, the multiple parks that I work at, we do hunting in the fall time. So people do have crossbows, and they will have like the type of arrows that like once they hit the target, they expand. So
Oh, really?
if it goes through the target, it'll go through like contracted like that. But once it goes through, it expands. and it makes a bigger hole on the other side.
I didn't know
And
that existed.
I need pigtails. Oh, you're lucky. I only have like one little scrunchie.
Yeah.
Lauren
And,
said that you need pigtails.
And
I can do
so, like one of the like I remember like like in the first seeing this movie in theaters, like you see all the immense all the immense chaos that the megalodon caused, but like they weren't choosing they weren't really choosing their victims that poorly at first. Like when as far as those shark poachers in the beginning, like there were three of their boats were like sunk off screen because these shark poachers were the guys that we covered this issue like in the last podcast, like the whole finning of sharks.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like supposed to be like a mockery for the shark poachers that are trying to fin sharks for their fins.
Yep, and it showed them like picking up a severed arm, and I was surprised to see that in a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and so remember what I said earlier that finning a shark is like cutting off someone's arms and legs, and well, the shark did just that. Cut severed arms and legs, like I said.
Almost like to avenge. It's like almost like a way to avenge
Karmic.
all the sharks that have been victims of finning.
Yeah, karmic.
Yeah, very much. Just wanted to
And
respond.
yet, if you just punch a shark in the nose, they go away.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
not that simple with a megalodon.
no.
You
They
know?
actually. I might have said this before, but you actually don't want to punch them on the nose. You actually have to try to either hit them in the gills or in the eye. I mean, they say like with a smaller shark, yes, you can punch them on the nose, but like a larger shark, like a great white, that's actually going to make them. That'll actually provoke them anymore. So you always want to hit them near the eye or in the gills areas. That's their weak spots.
Yep, and like punching a megalodon in the nose won't work unless it's that punch is being delivered by Iron Giant.
Lauren, I just want to get to this very quickly. I'll announce it right before we end it tonight. She's talking about for my show tomorrow. So I always usually do it at the end. So I'll make sure to mention it right before we end.
Would that be the Nick Files?
That's the Nick Files. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna come back with the Nick Files?
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to last week, but
Well, I know you were sick.
yeah, I long story short, I had a really I should have said a violent illness. I think I might have been a little bit little dramatic there, but I did have a
dramatic? I don't know.
Well, I think violent was probably a little bit of a strong word, but I had a pretty violent symptom though. I not to make a long story short, night after 4th of July, I actually vomited. Like it was violent, and it was like it was painful. I mean, the feeling of it was just absolutely horrendous.
Hey,
Kate, great to see you here.
Good to see you out here.
But yeah,
I mean, as long as only coming out of one end, and you're all right.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not trying to egg you on to tell us anymore.
Well, it wasn't just that. When I woke up, the next morning, I had a really terrible migraine, so that's why I wasn't able to do this. I was recuperating. I'm not lying. I had to take 2 of my prescribed medicine. Then I tried taking like a hour-long shower to try to get rid of it. That didn't work. Took 2 ibuprofen and a heating pad. I mean, it took like a combination to get rid of this migraine. So, understandably, that's why I wasn't able to do Nick Files last week. So I'm going to be doing it this week.
I can understand that. I get what they call silent migraines. So
Yeah.
it's like everything that you get with like a severe migraine except the pain.
Yeah.
So I get the visuals, so I can see all the things on the outside and like the little squiggly lines in my vision. I get like numbness in one side of my body, and like I mean
I know the
bad.
feeling.
I go through it.
It's terrible.
Yeah, no. And when I was a teenager, they thought it was like a mental problem. They were prescribing medication, and it didn't work.
That didn't do anything.
It just made it worse.
Yeah,
man.
It would be great to bring back the Nick Files, though.
Oh, here. They don't go away. They just get pissed off. Yep, that's what a shark can do when you're.
Yeah,
I will be right back.
Okay. So Don, actually, you know what?
Nick, we should use it. Well, we should be careful with time because in 20 minutes that Greg is going to come up with a
Yes.
show.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I just
we gotta-
wanted to say very quickly. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it actually. I know you don't know who this is, Don, but I've actually spoken to you about her. This is the one who lives in not far from us, Kate. This is the person I've been talking to you about. So
yeah, nice.
finally met her face to face on on a show just yesterday, Paranormal and History, and Kate, she's
Good to
great. She's awesome.
Good to meet you, Kate. Good to meet you, Kate. Yeah. And so, yeah, going back to the movie, like one
Yes.
other difference I've noticed is the way they kill the megalodon. Like where at the end, where the megalodon is wreaking havoc on the beaches of China, because the thing is, Rainn Wilson's character lied about contacting the authorities about in all these different countries about the megalodon being loose, and he wanted to take care of it for himself, like try to quietly end the problem because he feared that his company would be targeted for wrongful death lawsuits for the people that have been killed so far. So, but that backfired horribly. He got, yeah, he, yeah. So Rainn Wilson got killed in this movie. Yeah, like when he was, yeah, ended up in the water and tried to hold on to a whale carcass to keep out of the water, but yeah, that didn't work. But anyway, so yeah, the megalodon is attacking beaches of China, and I gotta say, I do like that part where like there was multi people of ultra different nationalities are on that beach. Like one American was yelling out shark, and other people were yelling out shark in different languages. Like one guy who is speaking Chinese who was saying Shigya. I believe that's he was saying shark in Chinese. I think that's how he was saying it, but.
I actually liked that scene, like how they were shouting it in different languages. I mean, it made it a very, very diverse scene. Like you're actually hearing people yelling it out in not one but multiple languages. Like when you see those kind of scenes, it's always in English. They're always just yelling out "shark," but you don't often hear it from people of multiple different countries speaking in their respective languages, like speaking it as the way it is. I thought that was interesting.
Yes, and I thought it was pretty cool. The guys that were inside those big ball things that they go inside of those plastic. There's a name for it. It's like it reminds me of like a hamster in a ball. That's what that was.
Those things. I know what they are.
That's basically what that was. That's
They were
essentially
in
what that
ball
was.
things.
Yeah,
It's like those giant. You use them, I guess, in like on beaches and pools. It's like it's like a giant like hamster ball. It's like made out of plastic, and
It's like a big inflatable thing.
yeah, like an inflatable.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call them, but you're supposed to like. It's like you're running on the water almost. I just can't remember what it's called.
But you're going really slow, no matter how fast you run.
Oh my god! Imagine how out of breath how tired, exhausted you would be after like just a few. It probably would be great exercise, but when you're in a situation like this, I mean, it's like there's no way you're going to make it to shore.
Imagine going over oceans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shark in Chinese is Shayu. I got that right. Okay. And of course the megalodon bites down one of those and it explodes. So that's like the comical death of that film. Oh, I also should mention there was a one scene where there was like a yacht and there was like a wedding taking place on a yacht and there was a dog on there, a little dog that jumped into the water. That dog was named Pippin. This is a reference to Jaws, where the scene where Alex Kintner was killed. Right before he was killed, there was a man playing with his dog Pippin in the water. But Pippin disappears, and it's implied that the shark killed him off screen.
I saw that in the preview. Like you see the little dog swimming, and then it just like quick turns. And
it's funny you brought that up, Don, because I was gonna start kind of making this like a little bit of a trademark when we talk about these shark movies. I was gonna ask, and what's the Jaws reference for this movie today? So you kind of just you answered my question before I even asked.
Yeah, pretty much. And, what else? I'm trying to remember.
Just give me the background music.
Yeah. And so Jonas decided, like he's got the only remaining submersible that's strong enough to fight against the megalodon, and like one part of it was damaged that a sharp piece was sticking out, so it decides to use that to go to slice open the big megalodon's stomach and all the surrounding sharks eat it from the inside out. So
That scene was awesome.
yes, that was actually different from the book because I'm not sure if I feel bad for spoiling the book for you, but yeah, the way Jonas killed the megalodon in the book was he took that submersible, went into the shark's mouth, and then got out of the sub and used a megalodon tooth to cut its heart out. So that death had more of a sense of irony as well. You know, using the megalodon's own weapon against it to kill it. And the thing is, the megalodon in the book, it had three pups like that were just born, and one of them survives and was captured. They actually managed to capture a megalodon baby to be researched, and this megalodon baby grew up and was then called Angel, which became like the antagonist for the next two novels. Yeah, Angel, the albino megalodon.
I gotta say though, like when you just brought up about the other sharks that attack it, I thought that was awesome and how they basically almost included almost every shark you could think of in that scene. Oh, I didn't realize he was playing the Jaws theme.
I did. I didn't want to give that away if I pointed out at first, but
you know what song I'm surprised has not been used in any shark movie, and even the song has a reference to Jaws, and that's and this actually came out a few years after Jaws, and actually about a year after the second one came out. Jimmy Buffett's song "Fins," and when he when he performs that song, he'll actually use that theme song as the opening before performing. And then almost 10 years ago, he re-lyriced that song as a song for Shark Week. So it was actually pretty cool. So I'm surprised
Sarah, don't even.
Wasted away again in Megalodonaville.
Yeah. I wonder how much floss Jaws uses.
Sarah, don't even.
But yeah, like I said, I love it.
He doesn't use much floss. He uses those little plastic things that like have the point at the end so that he can.
Oh yeah, like a toothpick.
And then it's got like the little thing of floss at the end.
Yeah. But no, I just love with the sharks because you see all these different sharks attacking the megalodon. You see
all sorts of different species.
Yeah, like you see gray whites, you see hammerheads, you see makos, sand tiger sharks, bull sharks. I think even some rare species of them, blue sharks, reef sharks. I mean, any shark you could think of is like in this scene, and it's kind of
amazing. It amazes me how that many. It seems highly unlikely that many different shark species in that abundance are just happen to be there.
Well, and not to mention them basically eating up their ancestor, because that you have all the modern day sharks coming and feeding off their ancestor. You would have thought it would be almost like I love this. Where all those sharks controlled by Aquaman.
Yep. That's right.
That's right. It's like the Matrix.
Yep. Jason. Yeah, that's right. Special guest Jason Momoa. You don't see him in this movie, but he's there.
Right?
He's there.
So there you go, Don. Maybe Aquaman sent them.
Could have been.
You mean human ribs?
Yeah. So, but why didn't Aquaman take?
I may look like Jason Statham, but I'm actually Jason Momoa.
Wait. Then why didn't Jason Momoa control the megalodons? Then stop them from killing people.
They were probably.
I didn't want to do it. I wanted them to be who they are.
Oh man, but so in the book series, and like I said, Angel becomes the antagonist, but is kept inside of an aquarium, and they were actually using it to attract business. I'm just thinking, megalodon, like the most dangerous, one of the most dangerous marine life, thought to be extinct, massive size, 70 feet long, and you're just gonna have that at an aquarium. I'm just like this. I'm like. And as I predicted, it's something that did not end well.
Yeah, exactly.
Lawrence,
like
I can actually hear that, like when they see the Jaws, like I can hear that as they're running.
Oh my god.
I can actually see that right now in a Flintstones cartoon. Can you imagine that?
That's what I'm saying.
The megalodon.
Like I can hear that.
Yeah, the megalodon on the Flintstones, because it is a prehistoric.
On...
I mean, the megalodon is prehistoric, so.
Yeah, hey, Fred, do you see that? Ah, shut up, Barney. Holy crap! Like
they're official.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, megalodon is a prehistoric shark, but it didn't live at around. Well, I don't know if it's ever been proven if it actually lived like around the same time as dinosaurs, but that was more recent when it went extinct because it lived 2 million years ago.
Yeah, hey, did it exist? Did it exist at the same time as man, though? I don't think so.
Well, no, because like the modern day,
a lot of things that didn't exist at the same time as man, as that was in the Flintstones. I'm just saying.
Well, and also the modern day human, like obviously as we are, it's been around for over 200,000 years, so it would have been well before man. I mean, probably our early, the earlier human evolutions, but not the modern day man. It's only been around 200,000 years.
So yeah,
it'd be like the megalodon would be in the ocean in the Flintstones, like chomping up on the litter, going, "Yeah, such is life." Yeah.
Oh my God! I gotta show what Lauren just said. Look at this. Yeah, but hell no.
Oh
yeah, but hell no.
Oh my
God. That's good. That's good.
That's a good one, Fred.
Hey, Don, Nick, am I later? Well, we are ending this in about 10 minutes. So you're here for the last 10 minutes of this.
Yeah, because we got another show after us tonight.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, like the Meg. Overall, I just feel like it's better than most shark movies I've seen. It's not on par with Jaws, but it's a memorable one. I mean, Jason Statham fighting against one of the deadliest predators that ever lived. Yeah, that's truly a unique concept.
Show me the way to go home. I'm drunk and I want to go to bed.
I just got to bring up one funny scene that you forgot to mention, Don, in that movie was the kid in that movie. And who's the main character again in that movie? What was his name?
Jonas, yeah.
I like how that kid came up to him, telling his character that his mom liked him, and then she started doing like with the eyebrows.
I'm thinking that kid's supposed to be 8 years old in that film, and I'm just like, kid,
I don't give a damn. That was funny.
and then just like kid, I'm thinking kid, that's inappropriate.
Oh, thanks as always, Lauren.
Hey, we try our best.
Oh yeah, we do our best. Yeah, we share our knowledge, and we it's like to make you guys laugh. So
yeah, we put it.
We like to do that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what's one thing I forgot to do? I commented earlier how it would be impossible to build a massive aquatic research station like they did in these movies with the Meg, with Deep Blue Sea, with Leviathan, Deep Star 6. But you know what? I'm gonna look right now. Here, let me pull it up here. What the biggest?
Ain't got no gas in it.
Let me pull up right now what the biggest aquatic research station is. Hang on. What's the biggest aquatic research? Oh wait, here I got it.
Okay,
wait, I got it right here. Okay. There's this place called this facility called the Aquarius, which is located off the coast of Florida, right by like Largo. Let's see, Key Largo. Yeah, and it's run by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, so NOAA.
NOAA.
And
Go figure. The Floridians have it. And
let's see, and it was built around 1986. Let's see. Oh, it's smaller than I thought it would be. Hang on.
That's what she said.
Jesus Christ. And let's see.
There was not, since we were talking about Rainn Wilson. I mean, let's be honest. We didn't make an office joke yet.
No. Oh, here. I've got it. It's says that it's located about beneath about 62 feet of water. It's like mounted off of a depth of approximately 47 feet, and this facility is like. Oh man, it's hang on. Let me give you a map just to give
I'm
you an
just
idea.
laughing at myself. I'm sorry.
Let me
I
just
thought that was damn funny.
here. Let me
And after that,
pull.
Don, I got to make the
Let me put up the schematic. Here, let me put up the schematic for it. Hang on.
Okay.
There's an image right here.
Yeah, let me put up the schematic as to why it's smaller than she said.
Oh, here. Let me put up that image. Open image in a new tab. This thing's making it more complicated than it should be.
Maybe you should.
I got it.
StreamYard always does.
Here, I got it. Here. Present. So this apparently
present why it's smaller than she said.
here. Apparently this is the largest
It
aquatic
looks-
research station. This
Oh, wow.
is apparently
I'm sorry, it looks phallic.
Oh wow.
I You okay there, Tom?
It looks like.
Oh God.
So this right here.
We're saying Don.
Okay. So
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll
So-
stop.
okay. So this right here is apparently the largest aquatic research station that we can afford. It's this right here. This is all it has. This small area that is 2 bunk beds, a counter, like basically a kitchen right here, and a back entry lock viewpoint. And yeah, this is all it is, and a little research center right there in the middle. That's all. This is the biggest research station. There is no like we could not possibly afford anything that we see in the movies.
Where's the vibration?
Oh Jesus!
You've been
We're-
drinking tonight, Tom. I think
We're getting demonetized. Okay.
We'll be fine, Don. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly, Lauren. It's like the size of an
It's
RV.
an RV.
Yeah, the biggest one.
Shitter's full.
The biggest aquatic research station ever built is is like an RV, basically. So, yeah, everything that you see in the Meg, in Deep Blue Sea, those research stations, yeah, you can forget that. Like, there's no way we could build those.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was phallic shaped and it just made me lose it.
I know Don, we only got another minute left, so I'd like to make the announcements quickly just before we get off.
Okay.
So like I said before, earlier, tomorrow I'm going to be back with Nick Files. I'm actually very excited for this location. In fact, actually, when I get off after this, I got to finish up the slideshow for it. But I'm actually doing a location by request from Lauren herself on the Peyton Randolph house in Williamsburg, Virginia, which definitely she's been telling me it's got quite a history. It's definitely haunted. And when I looked it up and I found the information and putting it together, it's no joke. And it's also one of the oldest locations that I've actually am presenting, in fact. So we got that for Nick Files. And then to the Gravenback, Lois will not be on for this week. She's going to be on holiday, so it's probably just going to be me and Grizzly Chris. Not sure what we're going to be talking about, so we're going to have to come up with an idea. And then that same day later that night on Supernatural Talk with me, Jeremy, Adrian, and Eileen. I think it's just going to be open mic chat. And then finally, once again, for the Frighteners on Friday. Not sure what we're going to be talking about, but I know it's going to be me, Ian, and Bry. So I guess time will tell, see how things are. But Nick Files, I'm really excited about. I can't wait to present this location. And also forgot to mention, if it doesn't fill up the entire show, I did manage to haven't decided which ones yet because I'm still putting them together, but I got 3 other locations throughout Williamsburg and 2 other locations throughout the state of Virginia that I might also be covering as well. So it's going to be a great show tomorrow, along with the others for the next couple of days.
Cool. All right. Sounds good. Oh, Billy, he was asking us. Here, I think he has 2 different counts here. One question, he was asking us what we think about the Jason Statham movies. I think they're great. I especially like him as Christmas in the Expendables movies. Yeah, I thought he was awesome. In that. Yeah, Jason Statham.
And actually, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention one final thing with Clark. I'm sorry I didn't answer his question earlier because he brought up about the Maryland goat, man. They'll have to wait till next time. So I'm sorry I wasn't able to answer his question, but I'll definitely answer it next time.
I think about the goat, man. I think about like what's it, Jim Brewer
Here,
when he was on Saturday Night Live.
YouTube. Yeah, here he asked me something about the YouTube comments. So I was, oh, here, which comment was that, Billy? Which trying to find.
We got it. We're gonna have to wrap this up in another.
I was looking back when he said that. I saw it. Well, he asked a lot of questions on YouTube, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're sorry we don't have time, Billy. We got to end this.
We got to go because we got another show waiting
Yes.
to come after us.
Yes. So on Thursday on my YouTube channel, be sure to tune in as I begin my live stream of Batman Arkham Asylum.
The Transporter.
Oh yeah, he's in Transporter. Yeah. So be sure to tune in 7 p.m. Central Time for my gameplay live stream. And be sure to tune in on this Fearfans podcast next week when we cover Deep Blue Sea. Nick, I'm gonna figure out a day where I can bring this Blu-ray, show you that movie, so you can finally. Yep, so you can finally see it after almost 25 years of not seeing it.
What do you
tell
playing?
you what? We'll trade. You watch Deep Blue Sea. I'll show you the Burbs.
Wait, you watch Deep Blue Sea? I've already seen it. You guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll watch Deep Blue Sea. You watch the Burbs. That's what I meant to say.
Listen, when we could stream it on here and we could just do it in the back chat so we could all watch the Burbs.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we're gonna have to wrap this up for now. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys again soon. Have a good night.
See you guys tomorrow.
Later.